In 2019, Musk announced that Tesla would build its newest Gigafactory in Berlin and that the massive plant would be exclusively for the European auto market. It's been 2 years in and the factory is almost ready to roll. With its opening, Tesla is anticipated to increase its vehicle production, its sales, and its global presence. The factory in Berlin will be specifically located in Brandenburg and could bring Tesla to the top of EV sales in Europe, as its plant intends to manufacture 2 million vehicles per year. The current leader in Europe's EV market is Volkswagen, and Tesla is expected to eat up a chunk of its market share. How is Tesla going to fare against Europe's #1 brand? Let's find out in today's video. Welcome to My Uverse, the space where all things tech get the spotlight. If you're new here, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel for your dose of tech trend news, Tesla reviews, and other insights into the tech world. German automakers who once laughed off Elon Musk are now starting to worry. The makers of the world's best-selling luxury car brands such as Porsche, Audi, Mercedes, and BMW just could not fathom how a startup from California could contend with established giants of the industry and their years of experience. In fact, a former Daimler executive, Edzard Reuter, even called Tesla a joke that can't be taken seriously compared to the great car companies of Germany. He also dismissed Musk as a pretender. Just a few years later, and the laughter has stopped completely. Automakers are now seriously concerned about Tesla's Gigafactory in Berlin, which aims to build 2 million cars each year once the factory commences its operations. One thing to note about Tesla's Berlin plant is that it will not be exporting any cars overseas. China is Tesla's main export hub, while Berlin will make cars exclusively for the European market. This move will of course free up a lot of production for the new Model Y to be sold in China, as well as markets like Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. This move will not only put Tesla at the top of the electric vehicle race in Europe, but also among global leaders in car manufacturing. In fact, if things go as planned, then Tesla's Gigafactory Berlin alone will produce more electric vehicles than those that were sold in all of Europe in 2020. Let's take a look at just how many 2 million cars are compared to what other manufacturers in the same caliber are doing. One top contender is the brand Audi, which produces and sells about 1.7 million cars globally per year. Around 800,000 of those cars are from Europe. The thing is, Audi uses 19 factories in 12 different countries to create all of those cars. Similar to Audi, BMW and Mercedes both sell about 2.3 million cars globally, but sell only about 900,000 in Europe per year. This means that Tesla would produce more cars in Berlin for Europe than the combined sales of Mercedes, BMW, and Audi in Europe. Toyota is one of the world's largest car manufacturing companies, and it makes between 9 to 10 million cars each year. In Europe, they also only sell about 800,000 cars in total, a number that's similar to Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. This means that the Berlin Gigafactory would make Tesla the biggest car manufacturer in Europe. Speaking of the biggest car manufacturer in Europe, the current brand to beat is actually Volkswagen. In 2019, the company sold 1.7 million cars in Europe. 1.7 million is obviously impressive, but the Tesla factory will be manufacturing over 2 million cars annually, placing them at the top of the electric vehicle manufacturing in Europe by default. We can expect the process to take time and be difficult, and for ramping up production at factories to be harder than actually building the factory itself. So let's extend a little bit of patience there. Then again, Musk and his team of pioneers are much better at the game now than when they first began in 2008. So who knows how quickly they would be able to ramp up production. I almost expect them to surprise us. Currently, the Model Y production in China has an annual run rate of about 580,000. It took the factory only 1.5 years to reach this number, so Tesla Berlin may be able to get an even higher run rate in Berlin. The company has 2 giga casting pieces instead of just one, like most do in China, and it also has several casting machines as well as new technology. So for the Model Y to become the best-selling car in Europe should not take that long. Europe's best-selling car is currently the Volkswagen Golf, and it sells about 285,000 units per year, and within the next 1.5 years, Tesla will produce over 500,000 Model Ys exclusively for the European market. Tesla will also be manufacturing its battery at the Berlin plant that will be able to produce about 200 to 250 gigawatt hours per year. The number is approximately equivalent to around 3.3 million Model 3 and Y. The question is, will there be a demand for 2 million units of the Model Y in Europe? Your guess is as good as mine. But you know what? Even if the ramp-up of the Berlin plant takes longer than expected, I don't know any other manufacturer with a plan to bring that many EVs on the road by 2025. As of today, Tesla actually sells each and every car that it manufactures, and trends tell us that things will probably keep going this way, not discounting Europe where the demand for electric vehicles is especially high. We can even expect this demand to increase as the governments continue to offer more incentives for EV purchases and more people switch to them. When that happens, Tesla will have the supply to meet the increased demand, and it isn't unlikely that they would just keep selling each and every car that they manufacture. When this happens, Tesla will eat up the market shares of other car brands and may become bigger than Volkswagen has ever been. With just a single behemoth of a factory in Berlin, Tesla could end up being the biggest car brand that Europe has ever seen. After completing its Gigafactory in Shanghai, Tesla has been looking for newer and better ways to become more globally competitive. Berlin looks to be an excellent next step for the brand, and its next job would be to make sure that the German plant is even more efficient than the one in Shanghai. It didn't come as a surprise to find out that Volkswagen's top executives actually held a meeting to discuss the impact of Tesla's European factory on the European auto market, where Volkswagen's CEO noted that the Model 3 is 3 times faster to produce than the Volkswagen's ID.3. Now, with the factory in Berlin and its 2 gigapress and the fastest to produce 4680 batteries, it looks like Tesla could even produce the Model Y 10 times faster than the ID.3. According to global data, it would provide the automaker with direct access to the European EV market, which is predicted to be the industry's second largest sector after China. Gene Munster, who's the managing partner at Loop Ventures, says that the Tesla Berlin site will serve 2 distinct aims. Number 1, it's a strategic move to attract German automotive talent to Tesla. And number 2, it's a message that Elon Musk intends to outperform automakers in that region. Ramona Popp, Berlin's economic affairs minister, also told public radio RBB that there had been discussions about adding 6,000 to 7,000 jobs in production alone, with hundreds or possibly thousands more in sectors like design software and research. According to Kevin Tyan, a Bloomberg intelligence auto analyst, adding manufacturing in Germany and China will most likely help Musk raise Tesla's sales in both markets. The sustainability of demand will be more of a concern, he added, and it will be more difficult if local competitors become actual competitors. Despite months of delay for Tesla's Berlin plant, the company received a bit of good news recently with a conditional building permit for its German Gigafactory. It still has to fulfill a ton of conditions, all stated in a document that's over 500 pages long, including water use and air pollution control. And while that's definitely still plenty, it's still getting closer to being able to start rolling out its EVs for the European market. Meanwhile, do sound off below if you think that Tesla will be able to complete its Giga Berlin plant this year and be able to overtake the top contender, Volkswagen. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more Tesla and tech updates on this space.